probably a busy break for you. For the players now that they've come back, had a chance to just have a bit of a refresh. Have you seen that they've benefited from that few days?
Yeah, I think it's always the same when you've been a hectic schedule over Christmas, and as I say, the players have had some time to some downtime with their family. I said we've come in with a good week's training, and I'm sure we're looking forward to the game on Saturday against Barnsley.
Good news. Incoming this week, Paudie O'Connor through the door. Tell me about the process of managing to get him from Leeds United, with him already having a commitment to Blackpool this season.
It was just one of those things that agents will get in contact with you. I knew he was going back to Leeds. I'd watched him on numerous occasions and made good reports about him. And in the reports that we have seen, and even in training, you can see he's a full-blooded character. He's a young kid who wants to do well in football, and he'll bring a wee bit of steeliness and a wee bit of determination and a bit of grit to our back three, and he'll push the three that are playing for a starting position, and that's why I brought him in.
You talk about the steel and the sort of full-blooded character. We've seen a little bit of him at Leeds United already here in the patch, but for you as a young player to have those sort of attributes, is that quite an attractive proposition to not have to work very hard to get a young player to that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I think it's character. It's what you want to do in football. For such a young man, his enthusiasm, he trains the way he plays, which I like. And as I said, he's brought something different to us. And as I said, he's a good defender. He's good in the air. He wants to defend properly, which is a good thing. And as I said, Ryan and Nat and Anthony now know they've got competition, because he's going to come in and push them, because he's desperate to play, and you can see it in training.
So let's go through the list then. Defensive wise, you've got one in. Do you feel like you need to do more in that area, or is that somewhere that you're still going to be looking for the rest of the month?
Yeah, no, I think now we've got four centre backs in now. We've plenty to cover at right back, because obviously Ryan McGowan can play there. Kelvin Mellor still to come back. So we will be looking to strengthen. We've made a few offers for players, and we're just waiting on teams getting back to us. So we're in a position now that we've got maybe a wee bit light, obviously with Jim O'Brien leaving, moving on to Notts County in the middle of the part. So we just need to make sure we're hopefully make it one done by Saturday. If not, it'll be early next week, I'm hoping.
And beyond that, I mean, you talked earlier on in your tenure about the sort of lack you had in wide areas, but since then you've obviously had players come in and do jobs in those sort of positions. Does it remain an area that you're interested in, considering what some of the players have done during that period?
Yeah, I think we're always looking to strengthen. I say we've got a few positions that I'm trying to cover to make sure. Wide areas, midfield, maybe another striker, because obviously Kai's left and back to Germany. So we need to strengthen, we know we do, but as I keep saying, we need to get the right people in and get the right type of striker, the right type of midfielder, and the right type of wide player. And sometimes you have to wait. I've made inquiries about players. Obviously when you make inquiries about maybe another loan player or else somebody in, most managers will have to wait until they probably move players on from their own squad before you get them.
Striker wise, obviously you've spoken about what Kai was able to bring during his time here. In terms of the type of striker I suppose he was, and would that be the sort of play then you'd be looking for? How important is it to maybe have that sort of physical presence when you're playing in League One?
Yeah, I don't think it's a necessity, because if you look over the last 6 weeks we've been playing with Owen Doyle and George, who are not that type of players. So it's getting the right type. Yeah, I would like it, but there's not many target men about, as people say. I think you've got to go and take players in, you have to coach them, and you have to make sure that the players that you do bring in are going to add something different, a wee bit more quality. And as you say, it's if a target man becomes available and I can get him in, then that's something that I will do, but it's not a main priority. If I can get a striker in, it's good movement and scores goals, which you always take strikers in for, and that's the type I'll go for.
In terms of the Jack Payne situation, have you had any further clarity on or assurances maybe on what sort of situation he's going to have at Bradford going forward?
Yeah, no, we've obviously had dialogue with Huddersfield regarding him and Lewis, and it's positive news. So we just need to make sure that nothing happens between now and I think it's the 15th before the cut-off date. So I'm quite confident that both of them will be here, but you never know in football. So we just need to make sure that these are things we're working on behind the scenes to try and make sure that the loan players are going to be secured, because they've been a main feature in the last 5-6 weeks, well, since I've been here. But obviously if they've been playing over the last 5 or 6 weeks, they've really added something to the side.
If it came to a sort of a bidding war, I suppose, is that something at the moment where Bradford could get involved, or are those sort of young players with the prospects maybe that they have something that might price you out if it came to that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hypothetical question, so it is. We just need to wait and see what happens.
going forward then, the form that you've been in, how important is it that you managed to sort of pick up where you left off in terms of recent weeks against Barnsley?
Yeah, as I say, I think I've watched them. Martin went and watched them against Burnley and he says they were fantastic. I've played against them in the Cheddar Tree, even though they made changes. They've got a fantastic squad of players, and they've got a young, enthusiastic team, and we know it's going to be a tough game. They're very well drilled. They're very good at going forward. I watched them against Luton, and I thought they're probably the only team that gave Luton a really tough time at home. And we know we're in for a tough game, but it's a game that we have to go and, if it says, we need to be organised again. We need to be hard to play against, and that's a plan we'll be going with on Saturday.
And I suppose, you know, that some of the stats they have behind them about not losing at home yet and having such a good defensive record, those are always there to be shot at. Wouldn't it be a great Philip in your cap at the moment with the form you're on to be the first team to topple them at Oakwell as well?
Yeah, it's a fantastic record to have, as I said, but you can see why. I said when you watch them playing, they're dynamic. They've got young, energetic players who want to go up and down the pitch. But it's something we'll go and I'm sure we've got a good following going to get down and travelling down to the game, and we need to make sure we're hard to beat first foremost, because we're away from home. We know it's a very difficult game. I expect Barnsley to be pushing for the top two. I don't even see them in the playoffs. I think they're that good a side. And the teams I've watched and obviously played against the Cheddar Trade, I thought they were probably the best team that I've seen, the best team I've played. So we know it's going to be a tough ask on Saturday. But as I said, it's one we're in good form, and we need to make sure we go and try and pause them problems on Saturday.
Good stuff, thank you.
You said you're still looking to strengthen if the right players are available. Do you have in your mind the optimum size of squad that you want?
Yeah, I think we have to. I think we've got a lot of players here. We've got a lot of players who probably aren't going to be in the squad, who aren't going to play, and it's important that we try and cut the squad down. I says with Kai, we want to get back to Germany, and we had to do that one, so that was fine. Jim O'Brien got offered 18 months at Notts County, and we couldn't go 18 months, so Jim went there, and I said we're a wee bit light. There's players who we're trying to move on. I think there's players who are not in the squad have got offers or are being contacted by other teams, and they need to now try and work out something if they want to go in loan or they want to go in a permanent deal.
Now, we mentioned Lewis in terms of Huddersfield, but of course he had to go off injured in the last game. How has he responded to treatment?
Yeah, he's fine. As I said, it's been the breaks probably came at a good time. So he get the full, he said 8-9 days to recover. So he's looking well and he's back training today. So it's a massive boost for us because he's been playing fantastic. And I said we're going to need all the legs and energy that we can on Saturday.
And the usual question, the long-term injuries, how are they?
What ones?
Jake Reid.
Yeah, well, Jake he's been back, he's been training, he's been back in the last kind of part, his physio treatment, and he's come in today with saying that he's complaining a sore calf, so it's something we need to check and wait and see where we are.